It's like, are you self-diagnosed? Or are you diagnosed?
No, I was diagnosed actually whenever I was it was yeah, it was third grade, or no, second grade. I'm sorry, second
Okay,
grade.
okay. I'm so glad to meet you then, because I'm one of the few people that it was like I was 7, I think, or
Yeah,
maybe 6 or 5, or it's something.
yeah.
It was early on.
I just had an imagination, man. Like I like
No
to play
shit.
with things. You know what I mean? Like I'd sit there and I was very creative and like I just, I, it was like I would get bored in school, man. Like,
I know.
and like here's the thing, like I'm really good with like math and science and like all that stuff, but I don't like doing homework. I don't like having to show my work because what goes on up here, I can just put it down on paper and it just. This is the calculator. Why should I have to show my work?
Well, it's because you're above the homework. Like
Yeah,
you're above
exactly.
those tedious things, and what
Exactly.
everyone wants to tell you is that, like, oh, you're lazy or whatever. You're not fucking lazy. You're better than what they're trying to fucking
Yeah,
teach.
yeah.
Like
That's like
I firmly believe this.
yeah, yeah. Like they were going to hold me back that year in school, and that's how they actually found out that I had like a vision problem, like with reading and stuff. I mean, it wasn't only like the imagination and stuff like that, but like I was having trouble reading, and that's why they were going to hold me back. And I got glasses. I had double vision, but I had prism glasses, and they gave me a mentor, and she was an awesome lady. Her name was Stephanie, and I used to go to McDonald's and meet with her every Saturday morning, and I'd read a page, she'd read a page. You know what I mean? And
the key thing in that is, when you went to McDonald's, did you get the hotcakes and sausage breakfast, or was it?
oh yeah, oh yeah. And I would get extra hash browns. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
you have to.
Yeah,
It's the best restaurant of all time.
and sometimes we stay there till lunch, and I get a Happy Meal or a Big Value Meal, a toy.
I love it. I love it.
She was an amazing lady, man. That's so. I haven't thought about her in a while, so I'm glad we're talking about that.
That's awesome. So what
Yeah.
has been the biggest, so you've been through obviously a lot
Oh yeah,
of shit.
yeah. Some of my own doing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I struggled with addiction for about 10 years. I'm still trying to pick up the pieces from that.
Yeah.
But I'm still here. I may have lost everything 5 times over, but I'm still here. I can get all that material stuff back. And that's another thing. Like I don't know if it's with ADHD and addiction or ADD and addiction, but like once I became an addict, which it wasn't a choice for. It wasn't okay. It wasn't really a choice for me. I was in a bad car accident about 10 years ago.
Right.
That's why I was telling you about. I was
Yeah.
pictures, to post them up there or something. But I rolled my Tahoe 8 times on the interstate.
Jesus.
Yeah. I was in a rush. I was speeding. My friend who I worked with actually passed away when I was on vacation, and the day I came back was the day of his viewing, and I went into, that's why I was in a rush to begin with, and I wasn't wearing my seatbelt the whole car ride, and it's so crazy because like a mile before I wrecked, I put my seatbelt on. I don't remember the accident, but I took out 3 trees and impaled the car on a 4th tree up off the interstate. Fire department actually had to cut the tree down to get to me. They thought I was ejected or I was dead. But from
You got to be kidding.
Yeah, I had a traumatic brain injury. I had a hole drilled in my skull with blood pressure. I broke my neck, my back. I had a fractured sternum, and I was wearing my seatbelt. I was induced into a coma for 3 months. I had to have a halo, metal gear. They drilled pins and stuff in my head.
Are you kidding me?
I had to learn how to walk, how to talk again. Doctors said I'd never be able to walk in without some kind of assistance, that I was almost going to be a crippled, but I walk around fine.
Doctors.
Yeah,
what do they fucking know?
but see, here's the thing though. This was during the whole Purdue Pharmaceuticals and all that, when
Right.
they were just giving pain pills away, and I was getting all kinds of prescription narcotics, and I didn't
Yeah.
know, I didn't know that, in my family that there was a history of addiction. Like, it was all hush hush. Irish Catholics, you know what I'm saying? And, as long as everything looks good on the outside, and everyone else sees you good, you're all right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
the presentation has to matter the most.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just taking them as they were given to me. And I was on, like the strongest narcotics you can get, like fentanyl, Oxycontin, Opioids,
Jesus.
Methadone. This was within a 2-year period. They were just, changing me on and off these things. And whenever my insurance finally ran out, because I couldn't work, I had to learn how to walk, how to talk, use my hands. I was left-handed before the accident, and after the accident, I'm right-handed now.
No way.
Yeah, it's
So you were ambidextrous before you even got hurt.
yeah. I'm not now though.
Yeah,
at least I didn't know about it then. I don't.
Right.
It's I've had a journey, man, and I've been able to reflect on all the things and stuff, and I'm still going. I'm still, it's you just got to pick yourself back up, and that's just how I've always been. I mean, my mother told me whenever I was like real young, before I started, causing all this chaos in my life and all this, after addiction, things could always be worse, and just always made me think that whenever I was in like a real tough spot, But maybe I don't have it that bad, things could always be worse, and that got me through a lot of things.
First of all, congratulations for getting through all of that, because
yeah.
I mean, I honestly, I don't know what I would do if, like, I had to reteach myself how to walk. Do that, but then I think right, but then I think about the ADHD portion of my brain that's like, fuck this, I will do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like the strongest thing we have.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny because like I have like an excellent work ethic, but
right.
I've had so many different jobs, and like I can do so many things, and
yeah,
but I get bored with them. But
yep.
Sometimes I also tend to just screw the job up for myself. But maybe that's just part of me that's still
but that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I've honestly, I'm lucky in the fact that I've had one job since I was 21 years old. So where are you now in your life in terms of, are you married? Is it?
No, never been married.
Well, that's why you're so productive. Okay. So enjoy that.
Yeah. I live alone.
Good for you.
I have a 10-year-old daughter who lives up in Pennsylvania with her mother. That's a whole nother story. She doesn't know how to co-parent or be civil, and once she's very hard to work with. You know what I mean?
And that can happen
yeah.
when she probably only views you for your old self instead of what you are now.
And
instead of giving you a chance to.
The thing of it is, you know what I mean? Like I have always been civil. Never, ever since we separated, because it's not about me and her anymore. It's about our daughter.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'm so glad to hear you say that.
She doesn't really get that. She just wants to, just stick that knife wherever she can and try and hurt me with her words. And I don't react to it. I don't react to it. Like, I mean, some of the stuff I do think about, and some of the stuff that's happened, I think about, but, all I know is that I've done whatever I could, and my daughter knows I love her, and she'll when she gets older and understands everything, she'll know.
And that's kind of all.
I'm still not trying to point the finger at her mother or anything. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely not.
I'm not saying I was a perfect, boyfriend or anything like that. We were together since we were 18 for 9 years, and
no one's perfect.
No.
Everyone's got their fucked up shit.
No.
Some people decide that it's going to be their fuel, and some people decide it's going to be the water that's dumped on their fucking fire.
Yep.
You obviously decided that it was going to be fuel with everything that you've been.
The relationship was so toxic, and I didn't know what codependency was, and
oh Jesus, yeah,
you know what I mean. And
yeah,
I found
absolutely.
out real quick afterwards. It took me going to prison for a little over a year.
Really?
And coming out, yeah.
What was it for, if you don't mind me asking?
Drug charges.
These people are not broken. They're not shattered. They're not like they are the most powerful people if you give them a fucking chance.
Exactly. It's all about connection. You know what I mean? Like and just like having support for one another. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, like, their families forgot about them, man. Like
I
they got no one.
They got
no shoulder. You know what I mean? I mean, I was lucky. I had my family.
Me too. Like that. That's the reason I'm doing this.
Just being an empath, and like I was raised old school, man. Like
me too.
I never went without anything. You know what I mean? My dad worked hard his whole life. He was a contractor.
Right.
In fact, he was still working. I built a deck for him in 2019 for a neighbor. You know what I mean? And,
that's so cool.
While he was going through chemo, me and him built this deck for this neighbor. One day, right before I went down to Nashville and was working down painting and stuff. And,
so the goal, honestly, the goal of this podcast, which has actually become successful. I mean, honestly, I never in a million years thought that this would be popular. I didn't. I was pissed off and upset because my wife's best friend committed suicide.
Yeah, I was watching.
And so I was like, fuck this. I am tired of people not believing in themselves. I am tired of people not thinking they're good. I'm done with this. Like, and then all of a sudden it just started, escalating to where, like, my goal is a small goal. I want to talk to everyone that's ever had ADHD in their whole lives.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that that's probably a lofty goal, but like, I'm going to try.
But it sounds like someone with, that knows and has ADHD, a goal that they would want to achieve, because there's so many different people, so many different personalities.
Exactly. What has been the most emotional thing, I guess, for you in terms of like the battle with ADHD? Because there is that battle of the double-edged sword, and what has been the biggest struggle for you? Obviously, your addiction and the jail time. I mean, that's ADHD plays into that.
Yeah.
Because you're doing what makes you feel good, because that's the only way that you can fucking function. It's not like you're a druggie. You just want to be able to function.
Yeah. I mean, I keep wanting to say, like, I don't really lose interest in things, but I have like a lot of like I don't have a lot of confidence. You know what I mean?
Why? And let me ask you. Just because
I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the ADHD. I don't think it's because of the ADHD, but I don't know if that would have something to do with it.
Well, it does, because you feel like, why in the world should I have confidence in myself when nobody else has confidence in me? That's where the ADHD plays in. Is it's the outside circumstances that are telling you don't have confidence in yourself. I'm so sad. I'm so lonely. I'm so this. I'm so that.
Yeah, I'm always searching for reassurance.
Right, but I've been talking to you for what 20 minutes, and I'd go have a beer with you in a bar in 5 seconds. Like, you're social, you're outgoing, you're fun. Like, what? Whoever's telling you that you're not, fuck them.
It's not so much that. It's more like just. Being 33 years old, all your friends are all grown up. They all have lives, families, businesses.
Okay, so I just got a wife 6 years ago. All my other friends have 5 kids and all that kind of stuff. And my wife and I are celebrating, like, hey, we're saving a lot of money.
Absolutely,
on this. But if you're yourself and all your best friends that have kids love you, they're still going to be there. Like, it doesn't matter whether you choose.
I realize, that, like, when you're going through tough times and stuff like that, or like, and I've reached, I mean, like, see, I've had a lot of like friends from high school and stuff, like, just pretty much once they found out that I was like an addict and stuff, and an IV drug user and all that, like, they didn't have anything to do with me. I would reach out to try and, like,
well, those people,
I never did anything to them.
Right. Those people have no idea. They didn't really know you.
Yeah.
Like from the beginning. And that's when you're picking friends, you got to make sure that they will literally understand if you were to relapse, if you were to do, like, it doesn't matter. Like if you were to tell me tomorrow, I went and did drugs all night, after we spoke, I'd be like, man, I'm so sorry. That sucks. But, like, can we talk again? Like, and
that's how I would be too.
Right. Because you understand the issue with it. It's a brain problem, but it can also be the most loving thing you've ever fucking had in your life.
Absolutely, man. And, like, I moved down here to, get away from, people, places, things.
God, that's gotta be tough.
It was very, nerve-wracking, but I did all right, coming into high school halfway through, with people that have been like how I was, they've been friends and grew up together, playing on the street, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Riding bikes and all that. I didn't get to have that experience with them, but I met some pretty good people, and they welcomed me in, they accepted me and stuff. It wasn't like, oh, you're a new guy, blah blah.
You're an acceptable person that like everyone that meets you is gonna love you. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I have a feeling that you might be really funny and the life of the party.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Even if there isn't a party, like, I was always a class clown.
Right. Me too. Like, see, I
always try to make, go for the laughs, or come in with a one-liner or a joke, sarcasm.
Right.
It makes me feel better. It makes me feel better when I make you express happiness.
Exactly, but also it makes you feel better. And it makes them feel better, too, about their lives. They're laughing. They're saying, holy shit. It also makes you an attractive person. Someone that's willing to say, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to make you laugh because this is a joke. But no one's going to tell you that. No one is going to say, like, ADHD people have this natural instinct to cultivate people's happiness in a way that no other group of people can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, they just can't.
No.
They're too worried about these other things. Like, I honestly, you have a lot more going for you than you probably think that you do.
I know. I know that. You know what I mean? But it's hard to. I'm blind, man. I don't see that. I don't see it sometimes.
Sometimes, but you see it. That means if you don't see it sometimes, you see it.
Maybe I don't see it, but I don't acknowledge it. We'll say that.
Okay, well, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I want you to acknowledge it. Yeah. You have a beautiful child, right?
Yes.
That loves you very much. You were extremely popular in high school.
Yeah, I got 3 Lettermans. I was varsity football, varsity swimming, and I was in drama club.
Football. Okay. Oh my God. I was same thing minus the swimming, and then add tennis.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was like polar opposite sports, but so yeah, popular in high school. You're probably the life of the party. Like these people that are telling you because of one mistake or 2 mistakes that you're not this unbelievable person are fucking ridiculous. You know how much they would want that attention when they walk into a room and they're like, oh, Jesse's here. Oh, hell yeah. He's going to be hilarious. I mean, that's fun.
Yeah.
Anyone that tells you that, like, don't be popular and all that kind of stuff, that's bullshit. It's because they've never experienced what it feels like to actually be that way.
But see, like I talk to all the cliques, you know what I mean? Like I interact with everyone.
But that's why you were popular.
All out, you know
right.
What I mean?
But that's why you were popular, and that's why everybody loved you. Is because you didn't specify. You just thought if that person has a good heart, I'll talk to him. If this person's funny, I'll talk to that. That's what ADHD is.
And like, like I don't know if it's ADHD and also being an empath, but like I'm very intuitive and like I can,
Yeah.
not like just like read people, but I can tell when
Yes.
someone's off. You know what I mean? Like, and
And
I'll be the first. I'll be the first to be like, hey, what's going on?
right.
Why you're not yourself? I can see that you're up here. You want to talk about it, you know what I mean?
What better thing is there for people to have? If the rest of the world acted towards people like we do, Jesus Christ, you'd solve a lot of problems.
Yeah. What was Bruce Lee said? If everyone in the world, if each person helped the other, you wouldn't have any problems. You know what I mean? I think I quoted. I did.
You did.
That.
You absolutely did. There's two things. One is I don't want you to feel broken, but the other thing is I want to kick these other motherfuckers in the ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like.
I want. You're helping us. You're helping us yourself.
Yeah.
The others by you're making you're introducing that bond and making that connection and networking people with each other, and that's beautiful, man. Like
that's all that matters. It is because if I can't help or my style's not for everybody, obviously.
Yeah.
But if I can show somebody else what style is for them, then we're all fucking winning.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what leaders do, which is what ADHD people do naturally. So, how are you in your job right now? Like,
oh, I'm all right at my job, but
do you like it?
I do. I mean, it's easier. I'm making more money than the jobs I've had since I've been down here, to be honest with you. But it's not much more money.
Right.
I'm still struggling. But some things happened. Some things came up, and I was in between jobs and looking for another one. I'm still dealing with stuff from my past with license suspension and stuff. So it's like the struggle's real. And with gas prices going up, taxes.
Oh Jesus!
More, and
I
mean, I tried riding the bike to work the other day, man. The bike I have, it wasn't that great. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Oh no, you're fine. The podcast thing, because you've got something in you that most ADHD people have that don't address, but you're like right between addressing it and not. It's I know that
keep it in the closet for a little bit.
Right, you're like I know that I've got this incredible power, but I might be a little bit too scared to say, you know what, I am better than you. And that's something that I hate giving the message to ADHD people, like tell everyone else you're better, but we're so low all the time with how we feel about ourselves. It meets in the middle. Like if you can agree to say I'm better than you, then what you're really saying is I'm better than I was yesterday. And that's a big deal. Like that's a huge deal. And I can tell just by talking to you, like there's no chance that there is absolutely no reason for you not to have confidence in yourself at all.
Yeah.
Like whatsoever. And my second piece of advice would be take advantage of the time where you're like single and younger.
I've been single for 2 years now. And I'm
okay.
Not really looking. I'm not like, dating now is ridiculous. I've tried, getting out there, but it's all that social media, man. Like,
social media is so ridiculous. But
it's like, hi, my name is Jesse. I'm a convicted felon. I was also a drug addict. I don't have my license, so can you come pick me up so I can pay for us to go out to dinner?
Yeah. Lobau Spark is proudly supported by Leo Guinan, Kirk Hofstrom, Casey Elliott, Sarah Delano, Justin Allingham, Blushing Crafter, Jamie Young, and Beth Jones. It is now also supported by 14 anonymous supporters. And I understand that completely. I know I can swear and all that kind of shit. If you want to support it and be anonymous, I get it. I get it. Whether you want to be mentioned by name or remain anonymous, this podcast does not exist without all of you. And I love you. So I'm pushing 40. I turned 40 in like a month. And it took me refusing to be in a relationship literally for years to establish my career before I ever even entertained the idea.
It's I know I'm not ready for really ready for a relationship yet. You know what I mean? Because like I'm still trying to find myself really. You know.
Well, I think you found yourself. You're too scared to admit it.
Yeah.
Because your true self is amazing. I love that movie. What is it? Coach Carter or whatever with the basketball people. It says like our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
Yeah.
That's my thing is be, you know, because it's a lot more work and it's a lot more accountability when you know that you're amazing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to accept it now.
Yeah.
But I don't want anyone else to ever feel as low as my wife's best friend, and I don't want anyone else to feel as low as so many people I've talked to with ADHD because it's not fucking worth it.
No, it's not
at all.
I've lost a couple of friends from suicide as well too.
That's just that shatters my heart. Like that is not necessary. It's because the outside world is telling them they suck, and I'm here to tell you that you not only do you not suck, you're way better than everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
you know, people sometimes need that, you know, that reassurance and stuff, and but they don't want to ask for it. That's right. It's just like being addiction. You know, being an addict and stuff. Like you're feeling like you're going to use, and you don't say nothing. You gotta tell on yourself, man.
I know what I have to give. I want you to know what you have to give.
Yeah.
What is your best quality? Like, what is your number one quality?
Just communicating, I guess. Helping people. You know
I mean? Right. That's the whole thing.
You know, being genuine, having integrity, honesty, loyalty to a fault.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
So what else matters?
Yeah.
Literally, what else matters?
Yeah.
Does it matter that you may have made some mistakes in the past or whatnot?
No.
No. I mean, it matters because now it's harder. It's harder for you to get to where you want to be. However, ADHD thrives on difficult. ADHD is the story of the underdog that was put in a position and has to grind their way back. We are the ultimate Rudy.
Yeah. I was going to say, what I said earlier about, like, you know, having, like, when you were saying about, like, your parents never gave you money or anything. And, like,
right.
My parents, even when I was in trouble and getting in trouble and stuff, they never bailed me out of jail. They never paid for the lawyer.
That's why
I got myself in there. I had to get myself out.
Yep.
My mother actually turned me in.
Oh my God.
And that's when I got my prison sentence. She turned me into my probation officer because I was using, and I got drug tested and I went to jail. And
but that's why you're doing so well now.
Yeah.
Is it like when I called my dad and I was like, by the way, my utilities got shut off. I know you can afford it. You know, but I was like, enjoy the cold water. It'll be good for you.
Yeah.
So then I had to sit and focus on like, okay, how can I make money? What do I love? Yeah. I love football. I'm walking up to that stadium right fucking now. Right. I will say that, like, so I started on Twitter because I refused. When I first started doing this, I was like, I'm not going to.
And it kind of helps me with the whole, like, you know, not having self-love and stuff like that, you know.
Right.
Like, you know,
it's an instant hit. It's an instant hit. But, like, just so you know, most of those instant hits, those likes or whatever, are not
And I don't have a lot of followers. I only have like 2,000 followers.
Only have 2,000 followers. When I started TikTok, if I had 2,000 followers, I would have fucking. I made one video of me taking out.
I've been doing it though. I've been doing it not really long, but since like November, October.
It just takes one video. Like that's like there was a video that I stitched of me taking out, or I don't know what it was. It was saying that some sort of interruption thing. That one video is why I have the followers I have. If it weren't for that, it wouldn't be. So I also, my other popular one was I was taking out a trash can. That was it. And I remembered thinking to myself, well, my wife is not home. So now I'm going to.
Yeah. I seen that one. I like that one. Yeah.
Well, right. Because everyone's.
That was just a recent one, wasn't it?
Well, that was it was a repost.
Oh, repost. Okay,
no, that was from, eons ago. And when I was picking up the trash can, I was like, why am I doing this? This distracts from what is important in life. And then I thought to myself, it's because my wife isn't home.
Yeah.
And then I thought about all the body doubling. And of course, everyone's like, oh, no, you got a body double. I'm like, fuck you. Like, it's either body doubling or voyeurism, whatever you want to call it. But like, Jesus Christ, I'm not going to go online and have some random stranger watch me do the dishes. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that doesn't make a whole.
That's like why, like when I started doing lives, like I was doing it for the interaction, and then like people are like, that's bad, or trying to battle. Like, what are you battling for? Like I don't have that kind of clout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. When is
your feelings came in the way with her? You know what I mean? Like I told her from the beginning, like we're friends. I don't want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but all she seen was that she wanted a relationship. You know what I mean?
I think that's most women.
Yeah, she was saying how she was in love with me. I was like, you're not in love with me. You're in love with the fact of being with me. That's what you're in love with. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not what you want.
That's exactly right.
Like we're and it created such turmoil and resentments, between each other.
I know.
Like after that happened,
it's
but we're friends now. She started talking to me again, and or like, you know what I mean? Like she's like, I just had to get over you, blah blah blah. And she's back up north now. And,
see, all that shit. It's because she knows that she's not going to meet anyone like you.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's my whole point in this. Is like we don't take enough pride in the fact that they always come back.
Yeah.
Because we are so different, but so fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
At the same time, no one can deny it.
Yeah. And she has a psychology degree. She's never used it, never worked in the field.
Yeah.
She has, I think she has her master's actually, but she just went to school, got her master's, never used it.
Yeah.
She does Uber. That's what she does. Or Uber, DoorDash, Instacart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all that kind of shit. But so, God, this has probably been one of my most favorite recordings ever.
I almost cried a couple times. I don't want to tell you, but I'll tell you now.
That's fine. That's fine.
But you had me choking up, man.
I cry every time after every single one of these because I'm just like, I'm so glad they're happy and smiling and taking pride in themselves, which is, it's just amazing to me that they don't. And everyone wants to talk about this rejection symptoms dysphoria or whatever the fuck it's called. And you got all these people trying to push these strategies. And all the bottom line is the strategy is just have confidence in your fucking self.
Yes.
That is the strategy. That's it. And I know it's hard, but God damn it. If we're able to do that, it takes care of everything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I just don't get it. If you had one piece of advice to give, actually, you know what? I'm not going to ask you that. I'm going to ask you this. What are you most proud of? And that is the most difficult question that anyone can ask. Anyone with ADHD can ask another person. But we've just spent 45 minutes talking about how awesome both of us, how awesome both of us are. So what are you most proud of? At this point, it should be second nature.
Yeah.
And it's okay to say
it's just my determination.
Awesome.
Being able to see the light when I've been in such dark
yes.
places.
Hell yeah.
Being able to still find the will to keep going. And I struggle with depression and anxiety and PTSD and stuff like that from,
right.
But
the bottom line is you were in a car accident that crippled you.
Yeah.
You couldn't talk, you couldn't walk.
That was just one traumatic event in my life. There have been,
right, but that's a big one. Okay.
Yeah, well.
Bottom line is you got in a huge car wreck. You couldn't talk, you couldn't walk, and now you can.
Yeah.
How is that not something that you should be extra? I mean, what kind of fucking superhero can do that?
Yeah.
I mean, Superman ain't got shit on you.
Yeah.
With that, okay,
and then I lose sight of all the, these, those things to be grateful for, like that. At times I do. Whenever I, relapses and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's one moment of caving in. Based on, we're all going to make mistakes. That's just one moment. Whereas you have consistently been okay. I'm sorry. I love football. If a team goes 13-1, and yet they're still winning the national title, does anyone care about that one loss?
No, they're still going to be fans. No one cares about that one loss.
So
that's awesome. That's so awesome, man.
I chop firewood as
I'm a big movie fanatic, and
oh my god, I love movies. What's your favorite movie ever?
I can't name one. Okay. We'll say one of my favorite movies on film. It's an older. I've watched tons of movies. I have tons, not here, but
Right.
I'm going to tell you, it's a Robert De Niro movie. And it's a gangster film.
Oh God!
Once Upon a Time in America.
Yes, I know which one.
4 hours long.
Yeah,
they're Jewish. They're Jewish gangsters back, and they start off as kids, and then they're adults.
Right.
It's just that's one of my favorite movies.
I think I'm such a sucker for any sort of movie that grabs my attention, like Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe.
Oh yes,
that's probably, and of course I didn't fast forward to the end of the movie knowing what was going to happen and watch that one scene where everybody's standing up and clapping for him.
Yeah.
See that's my thing.
I even watch the commentaries. That's how I watch
so
you know what I mean?
So that's the thing is I only like to view those heroic moments because the whole world is going to beat us the fuck down.
Yeah.
Why not skip the beat down and go straight to what you can do?
Yeah.
That's and if anyone can skip through things, skip the bullshit, it's people with ADHD. This is what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to preach. So, oh my God, this has been the most fun conversation I've had.
I wanted to go to school. I wanted to make movies. I used to make short movies and stuff in high school. You know what I mean?
But everybody told you there's no career in that, right?
Well, no, it wasn't that. I got accepted to Full Sail in Orlando.
Holy shit!
When I was 16 years old, I applied.
No shit.
No, this is what they said. They said we'll help you go to the business college in DuBois. They had a film class there, and then once you complete 2 years of that, then you can go down to Full Sail. You know what I mean?
No.
And it's why would I want to do 2 years here and get all this debt and everything? And waste those 2 years when I could be you know what I mean?
Because none of that shit matters. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. And my brother, he went, and I think this is the reason why, because my brother, he went to WVU, West Virginia University.
Yeah.
And my parents bought him a trailer, paid for 2 years, and he went up there and he started drinking and partying. But
and that's because
he had his own stuff, going on.
ADHD wants to jump to the
Yeah.
final result, because we can see it in our minds.
Yep.
But the bottom line is this, Jesse, is that this has been so much fun. I love you, and
I love you too, man.